Hi there, my name's Laura Gregory and I'm an ER consultant for Grow HR. And what I want to talk to you today about in this vlog is investigations. So what we're finding at the moment is we're getting a lot of clients coming to us with queries around investigations. So this may be when there's a disciplinary that's come along, or a bullying and harassment claim, and so on and so forth. And they just want some advice around how best to conduct this. Now, you may sometimes find that a full-blown investigation isn't actually necessary. So, for example, a disciplinary, an example of theft, somebody has stolen something, it's been seen on CCTV and there's that video evidence. That is pretty categoric, black and white, that event took place. So a full-blown investigation around that isn't really necessary. That could go straight to an investigation meeting under the disciplinary process. What we're talking about here is, for example, where there may have been theft. It's not seen on or witnessed on CCTV. You may have seen people that have witnessed this. You need some more evidence to substantiate this allegation of theft. Some other examples where you might need to do a full-blown investigation around bullying and harassment claims as well, where you need to go in, meet with people, discuss, get different viewpoints and so on and so forth. So what clients are often finding these days is that it's really useful to get someone independent to come in and conduct this investigation. It's a real opportunity to get an unbiased view. We're not emotionally involved in the situation. We can deliver an investigation from arm's length, come in, meet with people and go over the allegations or the statements with different people with open-ended questions and have no end goal in mind. So we can do that quite independently. That's not to say that you can't do your own investigations, but what we would advise is getting on the phone and having a chat with us about how best to conduct that investigation. So just in a nutshell, what we find quite helpful and what you may find quite helpful in terms of conducting any investigations is to do so, first of all, starting off with a terms of reference. So that kind of outlines everything that you need to know going into that investigation. So what is the background to the investigation? Who are you going to be meeting with during the investigation? What are the reasons for the investigation? So that's outlining the overall scope as well and the approach to the investigation for yourselves, and also a little bit of an introductory around the report that will be produced at the end of the investigation. So that's really just to set the scene in terms of the upcoming investigation and what can be expected, and that can be provided to all the parties involved in the investigation so that it's clear from the outset what's involved. We would then recommend going in and starting the investigation process. What you'll need to do first and foremost, and that should be outlined in the terms of reference at the beginning, is who will you actually be meeting with? What people do you need to sit down and discuss these allegations with? So say, for example, we're talking a bullying and harassment allegation. Who may have witnessed this, who may be able to substantiate that this has or has not happened, and to sit down with each of the witnesses individually in a confidential environment, so a meeting room, and to have some questions to run through in terms of establishing the facts and what's actually happened. Ask very open-ended questions. You don't want to lead the witnesses down any predetermined path or point them in the direction you want the investigation to go. This is all about gathering the facts as they actually are. So the investigation is obviously carried out. There are various meetings, various witnesses that are met with. They need to sign their witness statement as a true and accurate reflection of what actually took place. And then following that, a report is drawn up. So this report will obviously outline the overarching investigation, what the findings were, and draw any conclusions. What this report should not do is it should not lead into any decision. So this is purely investigative. This is not determining that someone should be dismissed as a result of any allegations or anything like this. It's a purely independent report, so it's not to steer any decision maker into any particular decision. So an investigation is it can be quite a time-consuming and lengthy task, but it's certainly something that is worth undertaking properly and fairly and at arm's length from any decision maker or anyone who will be continuing any potential process that may lead on from carrying out the investigation. So if you do have any questions in terms of investigations, or you would like Grow HR and any of us to conduct an investigation on your behalf, then we can certainly do so. So good luck with your investigations, and we look forward to helping and guiding you during that process. Thank you.